Hey guys, what's happening? This is 4Go Nation, and today we have Sneak Peek 3. That was just a little nostalgia for some of you that's been with me for a long time. I get requests to do those intros every once in a while, so I thought I'd throw that out there for some of you. But Sneak Peek 3 is actually quite interesting and an unexpected surprise it is. Greetings agents, as you see in Fragment Marvel Future Fight, a new protocol has just been activated. With the world in danger, these three agents of Atlas are prepared to be deployed. And this really is unexpected. Let's check this out. Hint, hint. There you go. Oh yeah. Swordmaster, arrow. Wave. So let me back up a little bit here. So you can see right here, Agents of Atlas Awakening Protocol, which means that all three of these characters are going to be getting awakened skills, which is, I mean, it's pretty awesome, but it actually, in a way, it kind of sucks. Now, first of all, I just want to give a shout out to the Sneak Peek team because this really is a terrific trailer. I love it, man. And I'm really happy that these characters are going to get some love because, to be honest, even though, like, a couple of them are actually pretty decent right now, because they don't have awakened skills, there's no tier 3s, we just can't use them in other game modes. I mean, that's the point we're at in Marvel Future Fight. We need characters to have awakened skills and tier 3s to really make them viable in the game, other than just maybe playing some Shadowlands. So I'm actually really excited about this. So let's talk about these three. So we'll start with Swordmaster. Swordmaster is going to be the one that's going to appeal to all the players, all the free-to-play players, because he's just a bio-sub character. Everybody can get this character for free. And by the way, just like I said in the last video, that you really want all these characters can get up to level 70, so make sure that you at least realize their potential. Take them into World Boss, get their potential realized. Don't level them up to level 70. Wait until the update shows up, and then you know let all the YouTubers test how these characters, how strong they're going to be, their awakened skills, and then you can decide which one of the three you actually want to build. Although one of them, if you're free to play, you're not going to build at all. But Swordmaster is actually a really solid character. I mean, this guy's actually got a pretty good kit. He's got invincibility, he's got immunity in his kit, he's got all attack buff. He does have damage accumulation, but he does have all defense down, which is pretty nice. I mean, it only goes up to 45%. But, I mean, he's a solid character. The character's actually got a lot of survivability. He's got a nice self-buffing attack buff from his passive. His leadership is pretty much trash, 35% increase of all defense. But the character has pretty cool animations. That's something I've always liked about this guy. Like, this is pretty sick. It's a cool looking animation, really beautiful color scheme that he has. I mean, I love it. I've always enjoyed playing with Swordmaster. It's just, you know, like I said earlier, we just can't use him, you know, because he doesn't have an awakened skill or a tier 3. But now that we know that he's going to get an awakened skill, that's pretty sick. You know, and I hope he's super strong because this is a completely free-to-play character. And that would really go over really well with the player base. It's something that would be nice to see. I mean, actually, right now he plays really well with the damage proc. It's actually pretty simple to play for the most part. A little complex sometimes his proc can get off. But if you know how to play Swordmaster, he's really not that bad. But he's a really cool character. Love this guy. I don't know why it goes all the way out to the front screen. And then we're going to talk about Wave a little bit. Now, Wave is actually going to be an amazing support because of her passive. You know, the increased damage to supervillain faction by 40%. That applies to all heroes. And decreased damage received from supervillain faction by 15%. She's got an amazing passive for all hero allies, which is awesome. And on top of that, her leadership actually buffs up Namor. And Namor, you know, he's fallen behind big time. And having her in the leadership will help, especially whenever he gets a uniform in the future. The thing that sucks about Wave is the fact that she is a heroic quest character. That's kind of the thing that sucks about her. So more than likely, you're not going to have bios for her, and you're going to have to spend 750 crystals just to get bios for this character, which sucks. I mean, this is the only place she's available in the game, which is a real bummer. So that's kind of the bad thing about her. But she is free to play, technically. You can still use crystals to get her. I think most players at this point in the game probably have her. I mean, again, she is a great support for the heroes. A thing that's a downside for the character is because she's a female, against null, like if you're prioritizing null, like you can't, once you get to stage 10, you need males, and then you need humans after that, right? And then you get to 20 and you need male superheroes. And let me see here. And as far as humans, she is a human, so that's actually good. But you can't use her, you know, from 10 to 14. Then you can use her from 15 to 19. And then from 20 to 24, you have to use males, which is kind of an unfortunate thing. I mean, you could face Mephisto. Let me look at Mephisto. I can't even remember what his requirements are. So stage, go all the way up to 9. Superhero, okay, so you can use them up to 14, and 14 is all the higher that I got. All right. So you can use her against Mephisto all the way up to 14, which is really good. And Wave was a character that looks amazing. I mean, look at her, guys. I mean, she's like mini Godzilla is what she looks like, right? With the spikes on her back. She looks freaking cool. And we were all super, super excited for this character whenever she showed up in the game. And then we found out, oh, she's really not that great. I mean, yeah, she got a great passive, but she doesn't really have a large means of survivability. She's just got a guard hit on her. She has no immunity, no invincibility, which is a shame. I mean, she got a nice 30% all attack buff here. She got all defense down that starts off 10%, only goes up to 30%, which is kind of a bummer. Wish it went up a little bit higher. And maybe that's something that could change for this character. I mean, she got a critical rate increase on her passive, and then again, you know, the leadership. But when you look at the character, she has absolutely amazing animations. I mean, these things are beautiful, right? So gorgeous. I mean, she got iframes. But let's be honest, she's mainly a Shadowland character and just a support for World Boss. And that, I hope that isn't what she's just going to be relegated to as far as, you know, whenever she gets her awakened skill. But even if that's the case, she'll still be an amazing support for all of your heroes. But man, something else about this character that's just insane is her movement speed. This girl can run. This is a track and field star if I ever saw one. This girl could win the Olympics, for Christ's sakes. I mean, she is just insanely quick, which is something that you know that I'm all a big fan of. So really got high hopes for Wave. I hope that she's going to be strong. It would be so awesome if she did, but we'll see. And then we have Arrow. Now, Arrow is going to be kind of like the elephant in the room for a lot of players because she's actually a paywall. And the only place you can get her is if you're willing to spend $10 to get that bio sub for her. And that is a bum deal. And man, Arrow right now actually is a really good character. I mean, she's got, you know, all attack buffs. She's got super armor on 2 different skills. She has all defense down that goes up to 55%. She's got incapacitation. She got silence. She has damage accumulation based on how much damage you deal. All defense down on this skill as well. I mean, she's got a pretty solid kit. There's super armor and guard hits. I mean, she's got a lot going on in her kit, big time, man. But she just, you know, because she doesn't have an awakened skill, nobody really uses her for anything, right? That's kind of the thing that sucks about her. And more than likely, I mean, I'm just speculating. I have no idea. She'll probably be the, you know, the biggest damage dealer of them all. I mean, right now she is stronger than Swordmaster and Wave by a pretty good margin. I mean, Swordmaster's got some power, but Arrow here, she's got some pretty decent damage, pretty respectful. I might have, maybe I'll make a video about that, but it's actually pretty damn respectful damage. And, you know, I really love Arrow. I think she's an awesome looking character. And again, just like the other two, she has gorgeous, I mean, look at these animations on this character. Oh, that's sick, man. I mean, she just has beautiful, beautiful animations. Oh, I love it. I love it. I mean, Arrow's kind of like waifu for me. You know, I mean, I know that's a bummer for a lot of players out there because she is a paywall. That is a shame. That's the other thing that sucks about her. The fact that she's a paywall, whenever she gets her new uniform, you're going to have to go out and you're going to have to buy another bio sub just to get bios for this character to level her uniform up, unless you're willing to spend 40 American dollars to get the uniform ticket to level her up. That's kind of the bum thing about this character, is that a lot's locked behind money, unfortunately. But I do have high hopes for her. I do hope that she's going to be awesome because she is a paywall. You know, every time we get paywall characters, in my opinion, I just think they should be above other characters. I mean, if you're going to pay your money, your hard-earned money for these characters, they should be strong. And it's really unfortunate that we have so many of those characters that just, they're not good. They're not really useful. They're not very good. And Arrow's actually a decent character, but we don't really use her because she never had the awakened skill. Now she's going to get it. So we'll see how strong she's going to be. We'll see how strong all three of these characters are going to be. I got high hopes for all of them. I think aesthetically, they're all beautiful characters. They all have beautiful animations right now in the game. So it's going to be really interesting to see what Netmarble does for them and their new uniforms, and what they're going to do for them as far as their awakened skills are concerned. So let me know how y'all are feeling about this sneak peek. And I do stream on Twitch at 9 p.m. GMT plus 7 time. The link will be in the description below. And I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching. Y'all take care and have a good one. See ya.